Hi, my loves, and welcome back to Ocean Aura. My name is Phoenix Rose. You can call me Phoenix. And before we get into it, as per usual, please like, share, and subscribe. So, my loves, this is going to be a reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer, right? And then we have that big event on the 12th coming up. And I'm actually doing this on the day of the full moon. So, interesting. I'm not going to keep these two, but I'll show you what two cards flipped out. Can always get some further messages. So that's the Nine of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So I feel like, the Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior. And the King of Pentacles, he got his coins, right? He's in his king energy. So I feel like a lot of you are going to need to get back up one last time. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but he's ready to get back up and fight again. And normally he has bandages wrapped around his head in the traditional tarot. But in this deck, he looks fine. Like, let's go. I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for the challenges ahead. I'm ready for, and not even anticipating challenges, so to speak, but just to say, like, I'm ready to keep going after this thing I want. So for a lot of you, that's going to be the energy you're sitting in as well. It's like, I'm ready to go get this life I want. And you get it. King of Pentacles. So a little bit about the full moon. So full moons in general anyway are about completion, endings, and as we know, endings are new beginnings. But this particular full moon is also a lunar eclipse. So people have different, I tried to look around to look up what this full moon was about, and some people are very pessimistic about it, and some people are optimistic, like, oh, this is gonna be concentrated on, feelings and emotional things and, domestic issues and security, but people go either way with it. It's like, oh, you're gonna be so like overwhelmed and you're gonna be down in the doldrums. It's gonna bring up a lot of emotional things and insecurities with security. And some people are like, this is gonna be, you're gonna get in tune with it. I just feel like what works for you. It's for you. You might not feel. Some people are better equipped to handle different energies. So to me, it's about the individual. And for me, this is the energy of, are you finished or are you done? And I wanted to do a video about that, but I was wondering if I should combine it with this one, because filming, as we know, my loves, I have not been able to film for you guys, but I might bring in the theme of that. But I just feel like this is all very, how do I want to say? This is going to be about the individual. And these energies are just showing you where you're at in your development. So any contrast that's coming up, any things that aren't serving you, any concerns that you have about your finances, about your personal relationships, whether they're platonic or romantic, or, whether they're familial bonds. All of those things are going to show you where you're at with things. But I feel like the theme of the times and where things are right now is, are you finished or are you done? So when it's time to be finished and done with things, people tend to latch onto it. You get scared. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And it brings up a lot of things like, regrets or sadness, or playing on a loop, things that don't serve you, things that keep you in the doldrums. Are you finished or are you done, my love? Are you finished or are you done? You know, for everything that's not serving you, you need to be like, don't forget to go when you leave, boo, because I'm finished and done. Check both those things off my list, right? But that's easier said than done. And I don't even want to say that. It is easily done. The managing of how you feel after it's done might be what's difficult for some. But we have to start being done, being finished and done, and not allowing those things to take up so much room and so much space in our lives. So I know I just went on a whole tangent, but that message is for somebody. You know, this is about completion. You are in a new cycle, and we need to start also treating every day like a new cycle. We shouldn't just wait for these big galactic this and, you know, a portal of that. And yes, those things are contributing factors, but they're not the whole. They're not the end all be all. Like, well, if I just didn't get together at Lionsgate, or if I didn't get it at the galactic center that's taking place, or if I didn't get it when, you know, the lunar eclipse in Cancer that was at the degree, and we have a quintuplet of you know, a 4 code, a 222 code, 2020 codes. I get it. It is all fabulous and relevant to a degree. But if you don't get it at that exact time, or if you're waiting on a specific time to change things, then you are going to be very laxed in the hamster wheel. Okay, you're just gonna keep running on the hamster wheel, like, well, it's fine. Well, it's fine. Yep. I can just be on the hamster wheel. It's like, it's level up time. Okay? It's time to level up. It's time to level up your consciousness. It's time to level up your thinking. It's time to hold yourself accountable for actions. And it's time to know that you have the upper hand on those things. So let's get into it. We have the 7 of Wands, and that is having a good vantage point for opposition. When opposition is coming at you, you are holding the higher ground. You have the better vantage point. You know, you are above your circumstance. You are above your obstacles. And you have to start tackling things from that respect. So walk forward feeling like, yes, I can. And I don't care what contrast comes, I will always get the better of it. You also got the World, which is completion. That is endings of cycles, right? It's the ending of one and the beginning of another, which is just what we talked about. So this full moon today, really release what you are finished with. Be done. Be so done. We also have the 7 of Cups, which can talk about illusions. It can talk about having more than one option on your on the table for you. You know, you have it's about this, and really you need to discern what it is you want to do. This is the time where you might be feeling like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. Maybe I want to go this way. Maybe I want to go that way. Maybe what I'm really looking for is in this cup. Maybe, but the time alone to really contemplate that is essential. You checking in with you it's go time. Like right now, like if you're not done, then you're going to keep seeing it. If you're going to keep doing things the way you used to do them, you're going to keep getting more of what you got. So this is like a time to cut through the illusions, to cut through the noise, right? The outside noise, and just listen to yourself. You know, I'm not really watching too many readings right now. I'm not trying to say it like that, but you know, I am more concerned with my own voice right now, with my own thoughts, and checking in with me and being my best company right now, than getting too involved in outer things, because the outer is a reflection of the inner. So if I don't want the noise around me, I need to be quiet and go within and figure out, why am I creating these experiences? What am I drawing from these experiences? And if there are things that I'm not focusing on, because contrast comes anyway, then what is the right response to have, right? Because I can't control what other people do, but I can control how I respond. Can't control what's going on around me, but I can control how I respond to it. And that's the difference between people who ascend and level up and people who stay stuck and repeat old patterns and old paradigms. We also have the the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded, very rooted in getting their, earthly things together, right? Like, my money is right. I'm making sure my home is secure. My finances are in order. So this might be a very big time right now as well about focusing on your finances. What's going to come up for you is financial security, right? Like we talked about, that, some of the other sites and other people are saying are coming in with this full moon. So even I can attest, like I just went to go talk with someone about financial management and growing your money and things like that. And what you will find, my darlings, and this is why it's so important to be mindful of all the cups on the table and things, and cutting through illusions and things like that, is that you will find that even people who work in finances, who are financially educated, still have this relationship to money, because some of the words that people were using, especially in reference to people who have money or are born into money, is still met with resistance, which means there's still something going on in you that has negative talk inwardly, subconsciously, about money. So this is why I said also about being observant. It's and cutting through illusions. You have to feel above everything. And it's not about a hierarchy situation of like, I'm better than you or I'm snubbing my nose. It's to recalibrate yourself, to always check in, so that you're not intimidated when you sit down with people, when you can still set your boundaries and say no for things that you don't want, or to go, okay, thank you, I will take what I want, but I'm not going to engage in this, I'm not going to perpetuate these things, because you want this King of Pentacles energy. You want to stay rooted in, as above, so below. It doesn't matter if you're attuned within and you have all this spirituality going on, but there's hell going on in your life. Your finances are a mess. This is a mess. Then that's not the equivalent of wealth. Wealth is not just a fiscal thing. It's so much more than that, right? You don't want to have a lot of money, but what will it mean if you're sick all the time? You can have optimal health, but your finances are a mess and you're always scrambling for your money and paying bills or whatever, right? It's not balanced. And this is about balance and creating equilibrium, right? Like let's balance out our equilibriums here. And so the only reason why I brought that up about, sitting down, talking with this financial person and then still feeling these things. This thing right here, my loves, please be so impeccable with your word, because you can be financially educated. You can be making 6 figures out of the year, right? But if you still have a negative relationship and self-talk about money or about other people's, it's not about nobody else. Okay, it's nobody. It's not. It's about you. It's about you, my love, and how you feel about things and about your relationship to money. And it's about how you talk to yourself about finances. This to me is also going to be a lot about finances and home and security, I'm feeling, and about yourself and knowing your power to create. You know, I think a lot of people right now are going to be creating. So we got the Page of Swords. That is, you know, sometimes juvenile communication, but it can also be about someone having their eye on you. So people might be fielding offers. You might be fielding offers from people, you know, and there might be a lot of offers coming in, different ways to get money. Now, you don't got to jump at the first opportunity, okay? Because someone's got their eye on you, or some people, you know, are bringing you more than one offer from different places. But this is a time of discernment. Swords are thoughts, okay? You need to be discerning about who is communicating with you and what is going to work for you. We also have the Four of Wands, which is, you know, structured, home life, security, marriage, commitment. So some of you might be coming in with this full moon. Maybe you release your resistance to having a relationship. Maybe you release your resistance to having a secure home and a sturdy foundation. This is about foundations, you know. This is you know, harmony. This is a time of peace, and also tells of, you know, prosperity as well. You know, like when you're good in your home and everything's beautiful, you have to also feel prosperous. So the feelings of prosperity are coming in as well. But wands are also about action. So you're also now open to taking action toward building firm foundations, deepening commitments, you know, even if it's just to yourself. Now's a good time to get in rhythm with that. We also have Temperance, which is about, this is like the alchemist, you know, coming into your own, coming into your creative abilities, and really mixing and tempering and figuring out the right components that work together in harmony, that create the balance of the life that you want, you know. Because what is harmonious to me, what is going to bring about so much balance and well-being for me, will not be the same for you. So you are the master chemist. You mix together what components work to build the life that you want for you. Don't let anyone else tell you. Your hands are going to create that, okay? And let no one else come in with their 7 other cups trying to pour their beliefs or their way onto you. Yes, be open and receptive, but don't feel like anyone outside of you is the gatekeeper of your prosperity. Like, well, if you're not gonna come do this with me, then I mean, like, sucks at the bottom, I'm going to the top. You can hop on this train or not. It's nothing is the end all be all. You are a creator. You have to get and sit in this energy of, I am a master manifester. I am an alchemist, and I back that up with action. And I'm always ready to face any sort of, you know, opposition, or I'm always ready to face anything that's coming my way. And by way of doing that, you get the 10 of Pentacles, okay? That is financial prosperity. That is financial gain. Oh, children are home. That is coming into your own and really knowing that your finances are in order. Your home life is, I love it in this deck because it's guarded. You see how like, it's like none shall pass. For your vision, for what you want, for what you know is for you and for no one else, you have to feel this energy of none shall pass. No one can come in and talk to me about my vision and talk me out of it. I'm going to do the necessary work and the groundwork and take the actions towards making that foundation for myself. But I am loyal to and I defend my perfect vision. I don't allow other people to, it's what I said. I said what I said. This is like the I said what I said. And look at me now, okay? These are very prosperous cards. These are cards of winning, of manifestation. I wanted to pull so many cards, you guys, but I'm also feeling this very, very, very big divine feminine energy. So I am going to pull the divine feminine. Hi, honey. Hi.
Hi.
It's okay. It's okay. So, 2 cards just flipped out. I didn't even really get to shuffle too much, so I'm going to, that was my niece. Love her. Such a beautiful girl. Such a beautiful spirit. All right. Oh. I love it. At the bottom of the deck, we have Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Okay? Beautiful cards, beautiful deck. I love it. The Divine Feminine Oracle. God, I love this deck. So we have Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So be courageous right now in breaking out of old generational programming, of moving forward, of doing things differently. Don't be afraid of new opportunities. You don't have to commit to anything that you are not comfortable with, but you're not going to change anything if you're not at least open to other cups, right? So the 7 of Cups isn't always a bad thing. You know, one of those cups might be your cup, but you won't know if you're, you know, in this very scared energy. So have courage to step forward because you have the power of no. My new favorite word is no. You have the power of no. If it's not for you, no. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. See, guys, I really try not to toot my own horn because, you know, ego, blah, blah. But I'm just trying to tell you, I said what I said. Didn't I just say that? It's time for abundance. It's time for moving forward. It's time for feeling abundant, right? About that inner life matching your outer life. You think you're going to change the outside and then that's what's going to make you feel better. You change this and then watch all of that change around you. Okay? And then the last one to pop out, Inanna. How perfect, how fitting on the full moon, Inanna. The queen of heaven and earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Didn't I tell you it's about you, boo? It's about you. And getting comfortable and getting right with that and being okay with that. And I had a couple of other cards. I might just do another reading. But this one right here, this is for the last card I'm going to pull for this reading, you know. Time got away from me. I don't want to keep you guys here all day. We're already over the norm, but I think all of this is very purposeful. If you're still watching now, wonderful. I'm so glad you got to the end. You know how I feel about my native spirit cards. So we got ancestors. That's a good card. I'm going to pull 3. Very nice. And then as per usual, I will read one paragraph from each card meaning. I love it. Walking in Beauty at the bottom of the deck. Wonderful card. This talks about, you know, walking in the spirit of beauty, finding beauty in the things around you, finding that inner peace so that no matter where you go and what's happening around you, you can always check in with you and get centered and feel good. You got ancestors. Let's look into ancestors, shall we? And if I'm not mistaken, it's the first card of the deck. So I feel like this is once you finally close something, the new beginning comes in rather quickly. But if you're experiencing any delays or any sort of feeling of like, oh, it's not starting yet, it's because you're not finished yet and you're not done yet with things that are not serving you and will not aid you on the next leg of your journey. You know, like put those things down. They have nothing to do with where you're going now. Ancestors, wisdom is blossoming. Even if there are unsettling situations in your life, there's a reason for it, and much good will occur as a result. Your ancestors are sending you incredible support to fulfill your dreams. Be aware of the coincidences, signs, and synchronicities around you. Watch for messages from your forebearers. No matter what's occurring on the surface of your life, your prayers are being answered in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. I love that. So this is what I'm talking about staying above the, you know, the opposition, that you have the higher ground. And then even further than that, taking that a step further, above you in the ancestral realms, you are getting the higher ground. So let me see. We also got medicine bag. I love that. A lot of deep healing is going on, my loves. Gather your resources. Be discerning. Vast inner power is growing in your life. Step back and let it grow. There are times to shine brightly for all to see, and there are also times to choose carefully who sees your true self. Choose wisely. Do not make hasty decisions. If it doesn't feel right, hold back. You're protected from any less than positive outside influences. Your capacity and potential are growing in leaps and bounds, my loves, in leaps and bounds. And then we have Wounded Healer, which is the last card. So isn't that funny that it is the beginning and ending? Okay, my loves, didn't I say? Putting something away, and then you can make your new beginning. Healing energy, vitality, and life force energy are flowing through you and to you. You are a healer, and you provide healing for others, even if you're not conscious of it. Whatever needs healing in your life is being resolved. Your so-called faults are becoming your virtues. No matter what happened in your past, the past does not need to equal the future. It's true. The cracks can be where light enters the soul. So my loves, be finished and done with what you need to be finished and done with. Strike out on new beginnings and new adventures and new journeys. Go into them knowing that you have the upper hand, that you have support from, you know, your loved ones who are up there, your ancestors. And if you don't believe that, just know that the universe at large, the cosmos, whatever it is you believe in, is supporting you now in this time. Even if you just believe in your divine highest self, just know that your divine highest self has your best interest at heart, and that you do have the power to take one step forward and another step forward and another step forward. And that with every ending is going to come a new beginning. So as per usual, I am wishing you mad love and many blessings. And I will see you on the next one. Later.